Welcome back to Essen Spiel 2017. I'm here with the hottest new designer, Alexander Pfister.
Thank you very much for your introduction. Thank you for the interview.
Well, I mean, in the last few years, you've been, every game you put out is wins Spiel des Jahres, is up for Spiel des Jahres. You've just been on a roll lately.
Yes, I was, let's say, a little bit lucky. I'm happy about this, yeah. But yeah, I hope I can keep up with the expectations and I can make such great games in the future.
No, I mean, based on what you've done, I think you will. I mean, your career is interesting because you obviously did the Zavendor game first. It didn't get a lot of play, but then you came with all these card games all at once, and you kind of got established as a card game person at first.
I just do the games I like playing myself, and I like to play card games or complex games. So that's the games I like to do. Yeah, Mines of Zavendor by Lookout Games was my actual first game. Yeah, it was, it's difficult to say from my perspective if my games got better over time or not. I'm not sure. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, during that time, after that, when you started to get on this roll, you did games like Port Royale and Oh My Goods and just some nice little card games. And was your first idea, I want to do a lot of card games, or card games were just the first thing that you went into?
I would say I like cards general because you have some hidden information and you can do a lot of things with your cards. Yeah? You can put some information on their prices and so on. So I like the concept of cards. I think except Isle of Skye, all my games have cards in it because it's a nice method for games.
Yeah, you have 2 new card games that are coming out this year. I'm going to say this totally wrong. Tyver de Baumeister, which I know I said wrong. You'll have to correct me. And then Skye as well.
Which one, the second one?
Skye. Yes. I probably said these both wrong, so correct me on them and tell us a little bit about them.
Okay, the second one is Skye. And yeah, that's an easy family game. So it is not maybe many people who watch this are more interested in my heavy games. So yeah, that's a family game, yeah, an easy one. And Tybor the Baumeister or Tybor the Builder, it even has an English name. That's more interesting for people who are more in the hobby. So that's more a gamer's game, but not many rules. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it out the other day here, and it seems like it fits in the family of Oh My Goods in a way.
Yes, I did this game together with Dennis Rappel, and it is a drafting game. Dennis came up with the idea of doing a drafting game, and I liked his idea, and we worked both together on this game. And yeah, actually I like drafting games because I hate downtime, and with drafting games you hardly have any downtime. So I'm really happy how this game developed, and I think that many people, casual gamers as well as more experienced gamers, will like this game.
Yes, and you also have a new storytelling expansion for Oh My Goods as well.
Yes, that's Canyon, Escape to Canyon Brook. And the story was not finished in the first expansion, so there had to be a second one. And the second one focuses more on the assistance. I did not want to include many more buildings because it gets more and more difficult to draw the correct one. So I focused on the assistants. They give you special power, and they all have their own personality. For example, one has his bakery has burned down and he wants you to give him an oven. So yeah, that's Escape to Canyon Brook. And the father in Lonsdale, so your father, he is called Tybor, and that's Tybor the Builder. So Tybor the Builder also tells you a little story. It's not a storytelling game, but you play different chapters and scenarios, and in these chapters you are given some information about your father, so it's also quite interesting for those who like the story.
Yeah, now, obviously, like we were talking about how you just kind of blasted out of nowhere the last few years, let's talk about some of the games that put you on the map. Obviously, your middleweight games, Broom Service and Isle of Skye. I know Isle of Skye has an expansion now, but Broom Service, did he approach you to do a redesign, or did you approach him, or how did that come about of a redesign of Wizard's Brew?
It was the publisher who said the game is sold out, but doing a second edition or something like this, yeah, it's not so interesting. Let's make a board game out of the card game. And my fellow co-designer, Andreas Pelikan, we test together, and first he was working on this alone, but yeah, then we worked on it together, and yeah, so that's how this game developed.
Did you expect it to get all the achievements that it got when you were working on it?
No, definitely not. It was very surprising. Yeah, it was the first award from a jury which I loved for years because it is very popular here in Austria and in Germany, and it was always my dream to get this award, yeah. And then finally it happened, and I knew, or I thought, I would never have the chance to win this award anymore. So when I won it, yes, I done it. That's great. That I would win with Isle of Skye the next year, of course, it was a big surprise too.
Yeah, I mean, Isle of Skye is a great little tile laying game, and obviously the secret bidding against everyone else puts that interesting twist on it. What did you add for the expansion that's coming out?
Yeah, the expansion adds more paths to victory. So every player has his own player board. And the interesting thing is that you travel around your kingdom. So it's not like you just build your kingdom for points and that's it. But you travel with your own wanderer, traveler, journeyman, it's called in English. You travel around and pick up whiskey barrels or ships. You have to move to ships and so on. So by doing this, you advance on 3 tracks, and they give you additional income, additional points, more movement points for your journeyman. So it adds a little bit depth and more possibilities. And I think everybody should also know this, because some say, okay, I like that it is so fast and easy, then maybe wait for the next expansion. There might be one. But those who really are in this game and want more, they will get more.
No, great. I mean, a Spiel des Jahres winner and then an expansion for it, so it works out perfectly.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Broom Service didn't get an expansion. Yeah, we had one, but the publisher didn't want to make one at this time, and I think now it's too late. But yeah, we are happy that we could do a Isle of Skye expansion, and I think we will work on another one with more tiles and more scoring tiles. I think people want this as well.
No, it sounds great. Now I want to talk about, everyone knows I'm a heavy gamer, so I want to talk about my 2 favorite games of yours now. It started with Mombasa. Tell me how that came about, because all your other games are lighter, and then you decided to make these heavy games. How did you come up with Mombasa?
Yeah, Mombasa has an interesting story because I'm developing games since I was a kid. Yeah, so I started, I don't know, 10 years, 11, 12 years, and so on. And one of this game, I was finished with my Minds of Sevender game. And then I looked at my older games and my ideas, and I found this board of this game I designed when I was a kid, 12 years old, yeah, with Africa, trading companies fighting against each other. And I thought, wow, actually that was a great game at this time. So I want to revisit this game. So the foundation of this game is 30 years old. And yeah, that's how Mombasa developed. It has a long history because it won the Hypodice design competition. And then it took another 3 years, but finally it was published by Essen Spiel, and I'm very happy about this.
Yeah, I mean, that mechanism for the cards where you take back one of your piles but you're spreading them out it's one of the most unique card mechanisms I've ever seen.
I'm a big fan of deck building. I love Dominion and all deck building games actually. But I wanted to reduce the luck, so I was always interested in the mechanism that you do deck building, but you can choose which cards to play. Yeah? And then I added these free discard stacks, and you can only take back one. And yeah, it turned out that many people like this.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, now let's go into the other game that I love, Great Western Trail. There's actually a thing over here. I'm just going to pull in this little box. Let's show everyone at home what you just won for this.
Yeah. Just 1 hour ago, I got this fantastic award, and I will show you. Yeah.
Let's not break it. This is.
Yeah. You have to watch out. Isn't it this incredible? Incredible. Wow. Spiel Portugal. They gave this prize to Great Western Trail. So
Great Western Trail obviously is a different kind of deck builder. It's a more traditional kind of deck builder. Was that when you started the game, did you say, I want to put a deck builder in, and then you built everything else around it?
No, actually, my first step was I wanted to have a game where you build buildings on a path which is shared by all players. And yeah, you visit them, make quite easy actions on this, and yeah, you can move up to 3 spaces. So actually it was quite an easy game, not so difficult, yeah. And I showed this game to Essen Spiel, and they thought, okay, that's great. We want to make it of the same complexity as Mombasa. And they thought of things to add to this game, like the station master tiles and so on. So it actually became quite complex then. But anyhow, it won several awards, so people must like it.
Well, it's got a little of everything. It's got the deck building, it's got the racing around the track, it's got the delivery, and the fact that you need different sets when you get to the top. It's just got everything you can imagine, and you tied everything in together so well.
Yeah, and I'm especially proud also because of the theme, because I think the theme is more present than in other Euro games. And that's also the direction I want to go, to have strong themed Euro games, because I like this myself. And yeah, there are quite a lot of mechanisms inside, that's true. Yeah.
So what's up next for you? Have you been working on some future projects?
Yeah, I'm working on some small games and also some big games, but nothing where a contract is signed yet, or where I can say this will be my next big release. I hope that next year there will be a big game. Not sure yet. Yeah, maybe I'm also working on some card games. So yes.
Just a little bit of everything and waiting to see who picks it up.
That's correct. That's right.
Well, no matter what you make, I have a feeling it's going to get picked up.
Yeah, could be, but I want that the publisher still say no if they think it's not ready or if they think it should not be published. That's very important for me because, there are so many games outside. I think I do the best if I add few but good games instead of many but average games.
It's a very interesting philosophy on that.
Yeah, I play a lot of games myself, and I have a quite big collection at home. So I know myself that I don't necessarily buy every game, and I want to make games where I would say, okay, I would buy this game.
It totally makes sense. Well, thank you so much for coming out here, and congratulations on every award you've received the last few years. And like I said, being the newest, hottest designer on the market.
Okay, thank you very much. I know that it will fade out sometime, but that's fine. Thank you very much, Jason.
Yes. Well, that was Alexander Pfister, and we hope you're enjoying all these interviews from Essen Spiel 2017 here on the Dice Tower, and we'll be back with more of them soon.